place for an ordinary ring. I'm a dominant. This is my job. You don't get it, do you? I guess that there's only one way to help you understand that.
Go figure. My first match in B rank after the new season started, and I'm up against dual Zimmermans. Can't say I expect anything less at this point. I have to admit, my take on Evangel's Oracle from Last Raven's looking good though, if nothing else. I am curious if I can handle a close range meta build like this. Fingers crossed my dominant powers activate again. If you saw my take on Evangel's Oracle from Nexus, you know that turned out to be surprisingly effective. Now I'm going to be drawing some serious comparisons, both aesthetically and performance-wise. I know from that video everyone, or for the most part I should say, prefers Evangel's Oracle design from Nexus compared to Last Raven. But for me personally, I don't mind either variant of the AC. I think they're both aesthetically pleasing to look at, and I will say, the one from Last Raven does win when it comes to meta relevancy. If you've played PvP in Armored Core Last Raven, then you know most of the frame parts and some of the weapons he has equipped make a huge difference. Dual Zims, fair and balanced, am I right? Huh, since I've been using the laser orbit more often, I've grown more attached to that than the Huxley. Not that the Huxley's bad, but I'm sure you noticed that the added uptime once the laser orbit's deployed, along with its extra effective range, make it a deadly support unit on most weapon loadouts. Whereas the Huxley, it's pretty dependent on how aggressive you are and your opponent to make full use of it. And you have to time it so you could deploy and redeploy efficiently, whereas the laser orbits more or less set it and forget it. But regardless of that, if your opponent's aggressive enough to kick you every 5 seconds, it's not going to make much of a difference which one you use. Here, I have a few moonlight swings. Not getting hit by those. I gotta do it to you. Fully charged moonlight coming in hot. Just hoping to get the win off of it, but close enough. GG. Not bad for my first game back into the new season, and I see the promise here of the new take on Evangel's AC. A rematch to settle the score, huh? And you're sporting the Shao Wei instead of one of the missiles? That could be worrisome if you end up being more aggressive than our first encounter. Not that I would ever want that from any dual Zimmerman player. Ooh, I could have waited on the laser cannon to avoid getting hit by the missiles, but not too bad of a stagger buildup. Oh no, they're playing aggressive now. Ooh. See, the crater in the middle is probably one of the best places on this map to take cover, regardless of what you're up against. Zimmermans, missile kites, this is one of the go-tos. Ooh, that could have been bad if I didn't hit them before they staggered me. Good thing it didn't end that way. But one thing I wanted to ask earlier, by the end of this showcase, let me know which recreation of Oracle do you think is better? The one I made from Nexus, or this one from Last Raven? So far, they're pretty comparable performance-wise, but that could change. Firing stance on this laser cannon is the one thing getting them to stagger on me. cannot be missing the moonlight at a time like this. Oh, what happened? What's the outcome? Never underestimate a fully charged moonlight. A lightweight with only 3 weapons? Been there with Joshua O'Brien's white glint. That pile bunker's a bit scary because it might make up for the fact that they have 1 less weapon. And they have the extra mobility, so I gotta be super aware of when they're gonna try to bunk me. Assuming they can land the fully charged attack when they need to. Oh no, not like this! I got out of there just in time, or I would have been blasted back to Last Raven. No way I missed with the laser cannon, though. You were perfectly still being staggered, and I somehow missed. Terminal armor. Oh no, you don't. Not in this decisive moment of victory. I am not getting bonked. I'm so glad I switched to the P06 boosters. I remembered when I was using Nexus's Oracle, I had trouble landing hits on lightweights with the Moonlight and Curtis rifle. So I need as much ground speed as possible, and they're fantastic for keeping up with lighter builds. But don't quick boost all the time. Simply quick boost when you need to. Sorry, but you lose. Really? You try to bunk me through the pulse armor? I would have done the same. GG, and good job on the build. Pretty scary stuff. This looks interesting, kind of a hybrid build. The Ducat is a nice weapon to pair with a rifle, and I did notice the laser blade in the back, which means you're probably going to go for some nasty lunge attacks with that thing. Wow, you are a lot quicker than I thought you'd be. Ooh, assault armor. Interesting. That reminded me, I bumped into probably the only kite I've ever run across, I think, that had assault armor equipped. It was going for the win. I get blindsided, and they turn it around. It was one of the most horrible outcomes I've had going up against the kite. Wow, that was a well-timed kick. If you didn't get me, I would have had an early health lead. Oh, good thing that wasn't the charged laser blade attack, or I would have been done for. Kinda wasted the assault armor there, but that's good for me. Ah, I was gonna end it cinematically again. Wow, you are really quick. You're probably using the P06s, I have a feeling. Couldn't stop the moonlight that time. Whoa, what was that after image? We almost clashed, and if you hit me first, that would have been the win on your end. Okay, that's a cool paint job. And I like the arsenal too. You've got close range punishes, long ranged attacks. It's like you're going to the Super Bowl with that kind of a setup. Sorry, my football thoughts got the better of me for a second. But yeah, with a loadout like that, you have all your bases covered. I'm kind of worried about the charged attacks hitting me, but at the same time, they're hitting me left and right, and I'm kind of worried about this. Oh, okay, that took me off guard, but I'm worried about them peppering me over time with the laser shotties. Ah, terminal armor? Seriously? It's becoming more common than assault armor, it feels like. Not even because it's difficult to deal with because it really isn't, let's be honest with ourselves. It's more so the surprise factor where you're thinking, yeah, I'm getting the win, but then it's like, no, your opponent simply can't take the L and is dragging the match on for as long as it needs to. I'm gonna take cover here, but it's not working if you're floating above me the entire time. Let's try this again. I think that building was between me and that. Now I can simply relax. Sorry, you put up a good fight, but you were no match for a dominant. And I was worried I was not going to be able to hit them with the linear rifle. Would have been bad if they turned that one around at the very last second. Good game. I faced this person with another build that I'm making a video of, actually. Not that I'm going to spoil which one it is. The video will come out soon enough. Now the question is, with dual Harris rifles, are they going to commit entirely to mid-range or play extra passively like a kite? No, they are definitely not doing that. It's probably wanting to get me with the Javelin Beta within its optimal range of fire. That is not a good time for me to charge up the Moonlight, but the hit landed, and that's what's important. Ah, good use of cover. I miss destructible environments. Can you imagine if the charged Moonlight hit that pillar? It would have sliced it in half. It would have been pretty cool looking too. Oh, this constant strafing is making it difficult, and that is my cue to wear out the pulse armor. No reason to risk the outcome of this round. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I'm surprised it hit me from that range. It's getting too close for comfort now. I was worried for a moment, not gonna lie. I can't believe they were pulling off a comeback. It's also not every day you come across someone running dual Harris rifles and they try to assault boost towards you the entire time. And they did a good job at strafing. They made sure they were avoiding my linear rifle shots, except for that moment where they rushed head first. But other than that, yeah, see, strafing is going to be a back and forth game between us as to who could land the charged linear rifle attacks first and get the quicker stagger. But that Javelin Beta, it's probably going to be their ace in the hole, unless I can get them here and now. There's enough of a health lead for me that it's easy enough for me to secure the win. Good thing I had the pulse armor available. Stop avoiding the Moonlights, please. Okay, the laser rifle, I mean cannon, was the MVP. I was worried it was going to go over their head like every other time. Time for the final verdict, and it's a tough call. I believe both of my recreations of Oracle do perform similarly, and I don't see any glaring weaknesses that makes one superior to the other. However, I will say the last Raven version has a bit of a better time keeping up with lightweights, which was the main weakness of the Nexus variant from when I was playing with it. But you let me know. Try out both versions and see for yourself. Although, getting this to be as accurate as possible with the decals, especially the legs look, trying to make this look like the Dingo 2, but I did a good job with it, was super time consuming. The things I do for accuracy, but the decal work is what makes all the difference and really cements the final look. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, take care.